Hey, welcome to UK Wildcrafts. I'm just taking a walk through this lovely nature reserve to see what native wildflowers are out now in midsummer. This beautiful wildflower is teasel. Teasel can grow above 2 meters tall and it has sharp prickles all up its stem. There can be prickles on the leaves too, especially on the underside along the midrib. The stem leaves are sessile and join to form a bowl around the stem. The pinkish purple flowers are tubular and they grow in rings around this cone-shaped flower head. So initially they form a ring in the center of the flower head, then that separates into two rings like we have here, growing upwards and downwards at the same time. The seeds of teasel are an important food source for birds, especially goldfinch. You'll often find standing dead teasel from last season nearby. The bracts on these dead seed heads look quite sharp, but they're surprisingly soft. And the plant apparently gets its name because these seed heads were used for teasing wool fibres. And they make a handy beard brush too. Teasel likes open grasslands and the edges of pathways like this. Hedge bindweed has to be one of the most hated plants by gardeners and those with allotments. And for pretty good reason. If you get it on your land, it's almost impossible to get rid of, and it strangles and suffocates all the plants that you're wanting to grow. But bindweed is a native and it's quite an important food source for a lot of insects. It's a climbing plant with really thin stems that can be well over 3 meters long, and you'll see them twining around the stems of other plants. Its sagittate or arrowhead shaped leaves can measure up to 12 centimeters long. Its flowers are trumpet shaped and usually around 5 to 7 centimeters wide. They're usually pure white like this, but they can be tinged pink sometimes. And if you look really closely, there's radial stripes of more of a cream colour. The base of the flower is covered by these leafy bracts. If you fold those back, you'll see there's 5 pointed sepals behind. They have 5 petals that are fused to form that lovely trumpet shape. Here's another type of bindweed. This is meadow bindweed or field bindweed. Just like hedge bindweed, it can climb through other vegetation, but it's more often found at ground level. Its arrowhead shaped leaves grow from around 3 to 5 centimeters long on these trailing vines. The flowers are smaller than hedge bindweed, only around 2 or 3 centimeters wide, and they're trumpet shaped. They have 5 fused petals that can be pure white, but are most often pink with white radial stripes. Ragwort is a really important plant for biodiversity, especially the cinnabar moth. And whenever you see this plant in summer, it's always buzzing with pollinators. It's been given a bit of a reputation recently, which I think is a bit unfair, as a very dangerous plant that should be uprooted and even burned wherever it's found. The main cause for concern is for livestock, because it can cause poisonings. So for farmers and people that keep animals, I can understand them not wanting it on their land. Otherwise, it's a beautiful native wildflower that's an essential part of the ecosystem. Ragwort generally grows to around 1 metre tall, and its stems are often tinged red, especially towards the base, and then they get lighter and then green towards the top. The leaves are feathery and divided and have a bit of a musky smell. The roughly 1 to 2 centimetre wide composite flower heads have bright yellow and narrow ray florets, and then duller yellow disc florets in the centre. The flowers grow in clusters and are present from June to around early autumn. This is wild carrot, also known sometimes as Queen Anne's lace, although there are other plants that go by that name as well. This apparently comes from a story that Queen Anne II was sewing and she pricked her finger and a single drop of blood fell into the middle of her lacework. And if you look at the flower heads of wild carrot, there can sometimes be a single purple or red flower right in the centre of the umbel, although this doesn't occur on all wild carrots. Wild carrot flowers are tiny and they have 5 white petals, and the flowers form tightly packed umbels. Once the flowers are pollinated and start turning to seed, these heads start turning concave and look like birds' nests. Also, if you look at the base of the umbel, you'll see there's these distinctive 3-pronged bracts